Well, it looks like the leaks were true, and we are finally getting a Nintendo Direct tomorrow, February 13th. So yeah, that was a correct leak from King Zell. So this is awesome, guys. Really, really excited to finally get a Nintendo Direct. It's been forever since we've had some Nintendo news, it feels like. So yeah, it's at 5 p.m. Eastern time for me, 2 p.m. on the West Coast. I'm going to try and stream the Direct. I've done this in the past. My streams don't tend to be the best quality, so I always also film myself and film my reaction. So if something goes wrong, technical difficulties or whatever, I will still film my reaction to the Direct and post that up afterwards. Even if I do stream it, I usually post up a better quality reaction video because my webcam's just not the best quality. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that Nintendo Direct tomorrow. And for today, I thought, why don't I go ahead and give you guys what my predictions are for the Direct. First off, I'm just going to read what the description of the Direct is. It says, tune in for roughly 35 minutes of information on upcoming Nintendo Switch titles, including new details on Fire Emblem Three Houses. So right there we know it's going to be a 35-minute long Direct, which I've seen a lot of stuff to get packed into a 35-minute long Direct, so hopefully we get a lot in there. And it's going to have stuff on Fire Emblem Three Houses, so that's probably going to be the major focus of the Direct. I'll go back to that later. So before I get into game predictions, I just want to talk about software predictions that might get added to the Switch. We know that we're going to have a maintenance window for network services from Tuesday, February 12th at 11:50 p.m. through Wednesday, February 13th at 1:30 a.m. So I'm thinking there might be some stuff added to the Switch itself, or, you know, stuff prepared to be added after the Direct. Personally, I'd really like them to add Netflix. That seems like it's been a long time coming now, and honestly, I like to watch Netflix and Hulu and YouTube, and it'd be great if it was all on the Switch so I didn't have to switch consoles. Switch consoles, you get it, to do all that stuff. So I'd really like if Netflix got on there. I think that's something a lot of people would probably enjoy. The other big update I'd like for the Switch itself is right now we have like the Nintendo Switch Online with all the NES games there, and they keep adding more NES games. It'd be really awesome if they released a Super NES version. So people did some digging into the data of the Switch and found that there is a big list of Super NES titles. I talked about it in my last video, and I would love for us to get that announced. Even if we don't get it right away or something, I would love to get it announced so we know it's coming. That'd be great. And now for game predictions. So we know Fire Emblem Three Houses is going to be highlighted. They say that right here in the information for the Direct. But another good place to look for stuff would be King Zell, as King Zell is the one who got the date right and everything. So King Zell had this post where he says what games he knows are going to be announced at some point for this year. He doesn't know when, but at some point. So it might happen in this Direct. The games he talks about are Pikmin 3, Maker 2, which is probably Mario Maker, Box Boy, a 2D Zelda, and a Pokemon. We know that we're going to get a new mainline Pokemon game this year already. And MPT probably will be at the Direct, he says. So that's Metroid Prime Trilogy. So Prime 4 got kind of pushed back because it's going back to square one. They're handing it over to Retro Studios. So having the Metroid Prime Trilogy come to Switch so people who aren't caught up with the series can do that would be great. I'd love to see that tomorrow. King Zell talks about Box Boy, and I thought that series was over. I think the last one had something like definitive saying it's like going to be the end of it, but maybe we'll get something ported over to Switch or something like that. Mario Maker 2 would be awesome. I would love to get Mario Maker 2. Hopefully they could add like slopes. That was like the big thing everybody seemed to want, so that'd be cool. I don't know what more else they could really add. Maybe a Mario 2 theme. I know we're getting Mario 2 added to the Switch Online NES collection this month, so that might be fitting to announce that and do it here. And we also have Liam Robertson had that tweet that seemed to suggest that Mario Maker may be announced soon, so I'm kind of expecting Mario Maker 2 to show up in the Direct tomorrow. So King Zell is saying Pikmin 3, so most likely that would be a port. Hopefully it'll be some sort of updated port. I would love to have like caves put into Pikmin 3, maybe the purple and white Pikmin added, you know, more into the main storyline or something, add a few more bosses or something. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but that would be cool if they wanted to port Pikmin 3 and add a bit more to the game. I always felt the game felt a little small, especially compared to Pikmin 2. Or I'd really like Pikmin 4. I know Miyamoto said that there was going to be a Pikmin 4 and it was like close to being done a while back. I don't think that was Hey Pikmin. So man, if we got a Pikmin 4 announcement, I'd go nuts. That'd be awesome. I know my brother also really loves Pikmin. That's one of his favorite game series, so a Pikmin 4 would be great. King Zell's also talking about a 2D Zelda game. I'm a huge fan of Zelda, so something like Link Between Worlds, which I loved, would be great, getting like another Zelda game like that. I've heard rumors about like a Link Between Worlds style Link's Awakening, which I would love, because I absolutely love Link's Awakening. But I don't know if that's going to get announced in this Direct, or if that's something they'd maybe save for like E3. I feel like if we had something closer to Triforce Heroes, they might announce it in this Direct, some sort of like spin-off 2D Zelda game they might announce. I don't know if a main Zelda game like Link Between Worlds or an updated Link's Awakening in that way. I don't know if they'd announce that tomorrow, but I would love it if they did. That would be super hype for me. And then finally here, King Zell is talking about Pokemon. So, you know, a mainline Pokemon game we know we're going to get this year. It's already 2 months into the year, so obviously they need to hype that game up if it's going to have like a fall release, which is usually what happens with Pokemon games. So I do expect that to get announced soon. I don't know if it would happen in this Direct. Game Freaks tends to do Pokemon on their own, so it's possible in this Direct maybe we'll get like the title for the game, or just something like, hey, a Pokemon Direct is coming soon, and that'll be separately announced. Pokemon Day is, I think, the 27th. There was a tweet from Nintendo of America about that, so yeah, that could be when they announce the next mainline Pokemon title and some information on it and something like that, maybe in their own Pokemon Direct, but maybe we'll hear something about that in this Direct. Okay, so moving away from King Zell's information, we also had some games that got their release dates leaked. So we had Daemon X Machina, Animal Crossing, and Luigi's Mansion all getting their release dates leaked early. So yeah, it's possible we could get information on all of those games. Seems likely that we get something on Animal Crossing. It got announced in the last Direct. That was quite a few months ago. Luigi's Mansion 3, same thing. You know, it really needs to get some information on that. So hopefully we'd see it here. If these release dates are true, Luigi's Mansion's coming out in the summer here, so I expect us to get something, you know, some gameplay footage of that soon. So yeah, hopeful that those games are there. We also had a couple of games leaked this week, Spyro Reignited Trilogy and Assassin's Creed 3. Supposedly both those games are coming to Switch, so I expect to hear about them in the Direct. That'd be pretty awesome. Those are games you can get on other consoles, but I like getting games on the go, especially a game like Spyro really feels at home on the Switch, so I would potentially pick that one up. So I'd be excited to see if maybe there's something extra they give the Switch version or something in the Direct, or just, you know, an actual confirmation that that is coming to Switch. There are also a couple of slightly shakier rumors. There's a rumor of a new Monster Hunter game, so maybe we'll get Monster Hunter shown on Switch, some new Monster Hunter game. That'd be pretty cool. I'm not personally a huge fan of the series, but a lot of my friends are, so I know they'd be hyped for that. And then Danganronpa, supposedly Danganronpa Trilogy was listed for Switch on Japan's Amazon page. So if that Amazon listing wasn't just a mistake and was actually a leak, it's possible we could be seeing that in the Direct tomorrow. So that is a ton of games that actually have evidence that they may be in the Direct tomorrow. So I'm going to throw all those on my prediction. I'd be really excited about Metroid Prime Trilogy, Mario Maker 2, anything Pikmin, anything Zelda. If we got anything Pokemon, those are all things that would get me super hyped. So this might be an amazing Direct. And then Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, I want to hear more about those games. So, you know, at the bare minimum, I feel like this Direct's going to be pretty exciting. There's going to be some games I'm going to be really happy about. Okay, so other predictions besides stuff that has evidence. I think Yoshi's Crafted World, it's getting close. We're almost certainly going to get something about that in tomorrow's Direct. Those Final Fantasy games that we're all getting ported to Switch, I feel like maybe Final Fantasy VII will get shown off. I've heard a lot of people talking about that. Anything Amiibo would be cool. Any new Amiibos. I'm a huge fan of Amiibos. Friday, I think K. Rool, Piranha Plant, and Ice Climbers come out. I have them pre-ordered, but I only have one set of them, and I always get doubles of all the Smash Amiibos. So I'm going to be running out to Target Friday morning, probably sitting out in the parking lot waiting for them to open to try to get 3 more. I always find that kind of fun anyway. So yeah, maybe I'll film myself doing that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm always excited for Amiibo news, so maybe we'll get some of the unseen Smash Amiibos shown, or maybe just some release dates for the ones that we have seen, like Young Link, Ken, Daisy, Pichu. There's been a rumor for a while about this game, Star Fox Grand Prix, that supposedly Retro's working on. Retro right now has been handed Metroid Prime 4, so I don't know if Star Fox Grand Prix got canceled, if it ever was a game, or maybe it's finished and we're finally going to see it in this Direct. Yeah, I really don't know, but that would be pretty cool. A Star Fox, like, racing game. Supposedly it's going to be like Diddy Kong Racing, at least that's what I heard, something like that, with like maybe a hub world type map and racetracks. could be really awesome if they do it right. So yeah, I'd be excited to hear something about that, but who knows if that game was ever a reality or not. But there's a lot of people talking about it and stuff, so if that did get announced, it'd be great to look back and see what leaks and leakers are talking about it and, you know, add some credibility to all that. So I'd be excited to see that game. This one always feels like a long shot, but man, if we got Mother 3 localized, that'd be awesome. There's the possibility of getting some sort of Earthbound collection. I talked about some evidence of this last video. Earthbound is the only Nintendo game on that list of Super NES games that were found in the code for the Switch that was on the Super NES Classic that isn't on that list. So it's the only pure Nintendo franchise or game franchise that isn't on there. So it's possible they're saving it for some sort of collection or something like that. That'd be really cool. It's also the 30th anniversary of Mother. Porky isn't a spirit in Smash Ultimate, whereas every other past boss has a spirit. So yeah, there's a lot of evidence that something Earthbound, something Mother is going to be happening this year. I'm hoping for a Mother collection and the localization of Mother 3, and maybe when you have that in your Switch, you'll get Porky in Smash Ultimate as a spirit, something like that. Maybe Porky's a DLC character, I don't know. But yeah, it seems like there's some Mother 3 localization evidence finally floating around this year. So could this be the year that finally it happens, and could it happen in tomorrow's Direct? I'm kind of thinking that's more something they might save for like E3 later on this year or some other Direct, but hey, I'll throw it out there as a possible prediction. We could see that tomorrow. Another thing I just refuse to give up hope on, because I think it'd be really cool, and there was some evidence of it, is a Super Mario Odyssey DLC for Delfino Island. That'd be really cool. I know on the map for Odyssey, they actually had the little like dolphin island there, Delfino. So that would be great. That's kind of a world that I thought they'd add, and they haven't yet. And I don't know, it feels a little far into it, but they keep updating Splatoon 2, so no reason why they wouldn't update Super Mario Odyssey. That game sold really well. So yeah, maybe we'll finally see some real Super Mario Odyssey DLC. I'd love to see Delfino. Also, like a Luigi's Mansion DLC would be cool for that game. Anything like that would be cool. So maybe that could tie into Luigi's Mansion 3 or something. I don't know. Either sort of DLC like that for that game would be amazing in my book. Alright, so that's pretty much everything I can think of that either has some evidence behind it or that I personally would like to see in this Direct. So let's move on to what we could be seeing for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in this new Direct. So I think the most likely Super Smash Bros. Ultimate thing that we could see in this Direct is gameplay of Joker. Joker got announced in early December, and we just got a video with no gameplay. So hopefully we'll get gameplay of that character. We'll be able to see what his moves are like, what he plays like, what he looks like in the game. I hope we get all that tomorrow. Hopefully we'll also see like what stage he has, maybe some music that he comes with, possibly even like Mii costumes or something. If Mii costumes are coming along with the Fighter Pass, maybe sold separately or something, but they might be released at the same time. I don't know, I'm just kind of speculating here. I think it's really likely we will see something from Joker tomorrow. There's also some significance with the date February 13th and Persona 5. So I'll leave a link in the description to that, as I don't want to give away spoilers for the game itself. But yeah, there might be a reason why they made it this date. Seeing gameplay of Joker, what his moveset is, and what his stage is could either go against or add some weight to some leaks that are going on right now. So some leaks describe Joker, either what his attacks are or specifically what his stage is sometimes. So whatever we get, if they show that sort of thing, it can possibly kill some leaks or add some weight to some of them. On the subject of Joker, it's also possible we get some sort of Persona port to Switch, possibly Persona 5 ported to Switch, or some special Switch version of Persona 5. This has been talked about for a while now, so it's possible we could see that shown off when they show off, Joker's gameplay or something like that. I do suspect we'll be shown something with Joker tomorrow. I think it's been long enough, and, it's kind of weird that we haven't seen the first fighters, anything from the first fighters, so yeah, I'm expecting that tomorrow. Okay, so I already mentioned that there's the possibility of getting like Mii costume packs or something shown off tomorrow for Smash Ultimate. Also possible we could get some new modes, maybe a boss rush mode or a home run contest added back in the game or something like that. But it's also possible we could get a newcomer revealed. We could get another one of the DLC fighters revealed tomorrow. It may seem a little early to show another fighter, as there's only 5 of them and we already have one shown, and the game's only been out for a couple months. We also just got Piranha Plant, and if they're going to show off Joker, maybe that's enough to do in this Direct. But it's possible we could have a bit of a drought from here all the way until E3, and if supposedly all these fighters are going to be shown off, by the end of the year, possibly out by the end of the year, early next year. They may have to start rolling these fighters out. It could happen tomorrow. I'm actually kind of expecting that's the more likely case, that we will actually get a fighter revealed. So I said earlier that I was going to go back to Fire Emblem Three Houses, and there is a potential Fire Emblem character that could get in as one of the DLC characters. We had that one leak back in November that predicted Joker, and it had Edelgard on it. Edelgard's in Fire Emblem Three Houses, so if this direct is specifically going to highlight that game, it's possible if they're adding another Smash character, it could be a character from that game. I know people don't really want more Fire Emblem characters, but it is possible to get Edelgard. Edelgard's voice actress actually tweeted pretty recently, oh, you know, just about to work on one of the biggest games ever, which a lot of people took to mean Smash. WayForward commented on it and said, "We are friends, so I would never leak the name of your secret project, but let me just say, I hope it's super fun and have a smashing good time, brothers." So there you go. They were pretty much saying, oh man, I think she's talking about Smash Brothers. WayForward, of course, makes the Shantae games, and this voice actress for Edelgard also voices Shantae. So could this mean we're getting Shantae in Smash? Well, probably not to either of these characters. Shortly after this, and when everyone was, you know, retweeting it and posting comments about how, you know, oh, what Smash character, is it Smash Brothers you're talking about? All that sort of thing. Christina V wrote, "Y'all assume too much," and then later on did this tweet that says that tweet wasn't about Smash. So that's pretty definitively saying that that was not about Smash. So most likely, if she is the voice actress for Edelgard, if Edelgard was going to be in Smash, you know, she probably wouldn't tweet that that wasn't about Smash. In fact, she probably wouldn't have done the original tweet in the first place because she'd be pretty legally obligated to keep it a secret and everything. So I'm kind of doubting that we're going to get a Fire Emblem character here, and unfortunately Shantae probably isn't also getting in. Personally, I think Edelgard's actually a pretty cool character. I like the design, and I think an axe wielder in Smash would be really cool, but I also don't think we really need any more Fire Emblem characters. You know, there's a lot of them already in the roster. A lot of people complain about it, so I'm kind of hopeful that we don't get any more Fire Emblem characters, to be honest. The only reason why I'd be really pumped about Edelgard getting in would be because that one leak that guessed Joker would have gotten something else right, and that leak saying Banjo, and I really want Banjo in Smash. Now, Verjaben, who's the leaker who's gotten the most right for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, was saying that a square rep was going to happen, that a second square rep was going to happen way back. This, I think, was first said in like August. And then he started saying that the square rep would be the first DLC fighter shown, and instead we got Joker. So he was off about that one, but he said he assumed that because the square rep was so far along. So if that's true, it's pretty likely we could be getting the square rep shown off tomorrow. There was a tweet recently that could point to who that might be. Shinji Hashimoto retweeted the Nintendo Direct, and he is the co-creator of Kingdom Hearts. He's also in the past tweeted back to someone posting this image of Sora slashes into battle and said yes, before deleting that tweet. So if he's excited about the Direct and retweeting it, it's possible something of his is in the Direct tomorrow. If a Square character is supposedly far along, could it be Sora? I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 just came out. Could be the time to reveal that. Obviously, the frontrunner has been Erdrick for a while. Even Verjaben is saying it's probably Erdrick. That's when he heard the most. Just about all the leakers are saying Erdrick, but it is pretty cool. Shinji Hashimoto has retweeted the Direct. He also sometimes works on like the Final Fantasy games, so maybe all those Final Fantasy Switch ports are just going to be talked about, and that's why he was retweeting it. But hey, totally possible we could get Sora, and if this is the last hurrah for Square characters before we find out which Square character it actually got in, there you go. There is some evidence. Could be Sora right up here to the final hour. It's also possible we could get some of the Kingdom Hearts games ported to Switch, and maybe that's why he's retweeting it. That would be pretty cool to see too. As far as Square reps go, obviously, I really want Geno, and Chrono would be cool too. Those are kind of my most wanted. Geno, Chrono, Sora, any one of those three would get me really excited, but I have to admit, most likely it would be Erdrick. Whether or not Erdrick's going to get shown off tomorrow, I can't say for sure, but I'm thinking if a new character is shown, it's probably going to be Erdrick. I did hear specifically that Erdrick would probably be revealed on the 13th. This was before the Nintendo Direct was announced, but after the whole rumor of King Zell's, you know, that King Zell's rumor that we're going to get a direct on the 13th was already around. So yeah, I mean, we might be getting Erdrick tomorrow. That's a possibility. I have warmed up to him a bit. I am a big fan of Dragon Ball Z and Akira Toriyama, and I really like his art style. I'd love for Erdrick to have some sort of reveal trailer that's maybe done in Akira Toriyama's art style with some of the other Smash characters, kind of like how Palutena's reveal was like an anime thing and they had like Link in there. That was really cool. It would be awesome if we got like a Dragon Ball Z style Smash video or something for Erdrick's reveal. That'd get me really pumped. I will also say Dragon Quest is a really big series, and a lot of times people talk about which games deserve to be in Smash, deserve to be represented in Smash. Dragon Quest definitely has that. Even if it is a very Japanese kind of niche game, or at least it has a much bigger following over in Japan, it definitely deserves as sort of the grandfather of JRPGs. So yeah, it definitely deserves a spot. I can't be mad at it getting in. Just personally, considering that it's sort of competing with other Square characters, and there's quite a few Square characters that I would really want other than Erdrick. Not my personal choice, but I'm not mad about it. I'd say given all the evidence and everything I've seen for which character we might be getting next, or if we're getting a character next, I'd say most likely Erdrick is going to get revealed in tomorrow's Direct. That's my prediction anyway. There is still some stuff to wonder about here. Will it be an adult Erdrick, or will it be a kid Erdrick? Will we have a female alt for Erdrick or not? If it's kid Erdrick, there's never been a female alt for that, but adult Erdrick does have that. Will he be in armor or more like this sort of design? It's also possible, I've heard people speculate about having alternate costumes of a bunch of the different Dragon Quest heroes, which would make a lot of sense why the code name for the fighter was Brave, if Erdrick is in fact Brave. It's also possible we get Erdrick and that codename fighter Brave was actually someone else. We really don't know for sure, and we might not ever know. Okay guys, so that's all of my predictions for tomorrow's Direct. If you agree with any of that or disagree with any of that, I'd love to hear in the comments below, or if you have your own predictions or prediction lists, leave them in the comments. I'd love to read that. It'd be a great way to kill time until the Direct tomorrow. Once again, just to remind you guys, I will try and stream it, so most likely I will be streaming it tomorrow, and streaming or not streaming, I will definitely record my reaction to it and post that up afterwards. So yeah guys, I'm really excited. Can't wait to see this Direct. So once again, thank you guys for all the subscribes, all the likes. It really helps out the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so, or like the video, or leave a comment, whatever you want. Until next time, have a good one.